Welcome to the training. It started off in the morning with one of my favorite exercises, the one arm support. This is a pretty good one to build up the arms as well as the shoulders. I'm hoping that it will have some transferability to the one arm handstand that I can get from this. It is a pretty good one to build up the triceps, and as you progress you can start to really use the balancing and work the biceps and the brachialis. If you notice, a lot of gymnasts have really big arms. It's because they do a lot of bent arm movements and straight arm movements. So it's important to train straight arm strength and bent arm strength if you want to develop a full capabilities. I just wanted to keep it pretty simple today, focusing on strength. I mainly do pushing with the legs and the arms. I don't care too much about pulling, but I do just enough to get it balanced out. So I have some goals long term with the middle splits, the lotus, but my legs are still a little bit too tired in the hips to do any meaningful split progression. I think it's probably best I just let that rest, maybe focus a little bit on the lotus. And I have some straight arm movements like the full press handstand. There's another goal that I'm working on from doing those one arm supports. This, I'm hanging from one arm and then swinging. I think I had a little bit of a bad technique where I swung before I started hanging. I think it's best to swing from a dead hang to get the benefit, or at least for me, for currently where I'm at. So next time I'll hang from a dead hang and then swing. And then doing it from one arm gets really good stimulus for me. I'm using a sort of reverse hook grip to grip the bar, just so I can get a better grip when I do from the one arm hangs. It's a little bit easier on the grip, but it is a lot more secure. Here, I'm doing, again, the one arm supports later in the day. Had a little bit more energy, so I did this one here. My right arm was feeling a little bit weaker than the left. My left arm is my strong arm, so I was able to hold it a good amount more on this side. Now, I had a little bit of a problem when it came to the nighttime stretching. It was because the ground here is very slippery, and I put down a yoga mat, and the problem is I'm not able to do a bridge because the floor is just too slippery for me to get a good grip. So I think next time I'll double up the mat, but after that I'm not sure what I'll do. I think I might have to not do any bridges until it gets warmer and my hands can grab the floor a little better. So that's unfortunate. There's two kind of variations you can do with the pistol squats. You can switch at the top, or you can switch at the bottom. Both are fun to do. Both have their own uses. So my butterfly stretch here, the tailor's pose, is something I'm trying to focus on, but it is one of the worst positions I have. So the problem here is I'm not able to really produce a lot of force because my hands just can't quite grab the ground and get a nice secure hold. So I'm not really sure what to do. Maybe leave a comment what I should do to get a better grip here. Try wetting the hands, I'm not sure. But also like the video, share the video, subscribe, do all that thing to help out the channel. Then I just did some lower bridges because, I could do it. This isn't too much of a grip focused as you're on the toes. So when you do your own nighttime stretching routine or do your own flow, stretching, ground flow, whatever it may be, it's important to make it for yourself, make it fun by doing the movements that support your own goals and that you find challenging and interesting, and lets you develop your movements and develop the joints as well as the muscles and your technique and balance and all that in your interaction with the ground. It's very important to learn how to use the ground because the ground's not going anywhere. It's what's going to hold you up forever, and you really need to learn how to get low because falling is a very common source of injury. So you got to be able to change levels, roll on the ground, have some acrobatic ability to fall safely and just interact with the ground. So I'll figure out something to get the bridge better. I might need to wet my hands or do something to get the grip. But I've been changing up my nighttime stretching with just kind of a ground flow. Or I just kind of get low and articulate the joints. Kind of inspired by Cadorziani's animal movements. You can check them out. But the prime movers of the body are the shoulders and the hips. So those are the ones I make sure to stretch out every day.